Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 8 of What If Naruto's a Prodigy who awakened his true potential. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Fuse with Minato, Kushina and Kurama over on Anime King 3. And enjoy that guys. And also on this channel I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was neglected with Joker personality, so go ahead, check out that and enjoy guys. And remember to go ahead and check out What If Naruto return back to the village as a godlike shinobi over Anime King 2. If you're new, yes I did have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy, so go ahead, click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode start, the intro. So, the last part that we left off, Jiraiya was telling Naruto and Konan a story of how Minato and his mother met, as Kushina had beat the crap out of the bullies that tried to bully her because of her hair. Jiraiya was the one that knocked Minato down towards her so that he could ask her out on a date. However, she told him that he was not strong enough, as he would have to beat her, as she had punched him down to the ground. However, she did not decline, but she just told him that he wasn't strong enough. So with that, Minato started training harder than expected, as she also grew as well, the both of them reaching new heights and new levels, until they clashed, as it was quite the battle to see, as Minato came out on top. Just barely though. Kushina was a terrible force to be reckoned with. However, throughout the time spending with one another, she had also caught feelings for him, as she agreed to go on that date, as it made Naruto think about family, and about the people that were close to him. Madara trained him to believe that Konoha was nothing but a tool, a stepping stone to get what you want. However, with his strength comes certain responsibility. Konoha was willing to let most things slide, if he was willing to keep his bargaining by protecting the village. As in the upcoming Chunin exams, Naruto was going to play a big part, a part that would shock the elemental nation when he do come out. So with that, the time finally came around. As everyone got prepared, everything got ready. The first match was him versus Sasuke, as the both of them stood in the arena. As Naruto walked in with his Sharingan already active, Sasuke was shocked as Naruto revealed everything right there. He didn't say the name Madara Uchiha, however, the circumstance and the only Uchiha that was able to leave Konoha that not even the first could predict would do these things. It was then that he realized it was none other than Madara. Now that was quite shocking. Hiruzen was shocked. Even Tsunade was shocked as well. The other Kages were shocked to their core. As Naruto and Sasuke started to fight, the fight started out even, Sasuke keeping his distance because he knew how powerful Naruto was in taijutsu, as they clashed rather violently. As Sasuke launched attacks, however, Naruto breathed out flames that could swallow mountains, forcing Sasuke to flee away. As Sasuke pushed himself to his limits, however, despite not going all out, Naruto decided to show him that he was worthy of the Uchiha name, as he brought out his Susanoo, the Mangekyo, shocking people even further, shocked by the display of power, as Naruto was a force to be reckoned with. Naruto ended up placing Sasuke under Tsukiyomi. He used his chakra to push the curse mark back. It was now up to Sasuke to receive the mark, which he did, quite respectfully, as he wouldn't let Orochimaru take control of him. As Sasuke dropped to his knees as Naruto picked him up, as Naruto had won the match. The next match was Yujito, however, she decided to forfeit as her main goal was to kill Naruto Uchiha. It was then that the invasion started. The thing became problematic as Rasa turned against Orochimaru, as the third got into action as well. The Raikage was working with Orochimaru as he trapped the Kages in a barrier. However, as Orochimaru summoned the Edo Tensei, something horrible happened, because the reanimations were not the first and fourth and second Hokage, it was puppets. As Orochimaru had played his hand wrong, as people had betrayed him, and now he had summoned puppets. Someone had messed with his jutsu and he was screwed, stuck inside with Tsunade and Raza as well. As the battle began, it became epic, and Hiruzen was waiting outside so they could not leave. However, Danzo jumped in the fray as he summoned his special summon as Hiruzen rushed towards it. Danzo had a big stake in this as well and he was playing his hand right now. While that was going on, Naruto was facing off against Kimimaro. However, Naruto put him to shame by bisecting him. But still, Kimimaro was a worthy foe, but still he was just not strong enough. As Naruto clashed against Yujito and beat the living crap out of her into submission, as he forced her to go down. The Kumo members were raging as they had to kill her before he take the Nibi out of her. They had to make sure to rescue or to kill her. They couldn't stop until one of those objectives were complete. They couldn't allow Konoha to get the Nibi. They had to move fast as they tried to break the barrier. Naruto was waiting for Karin as she and Jiraiya were making their way towards the location, but the ninjas were working on trying to take down his barrier. As things were getting bad, as Naruto was stuck right in the center of all of this, his Mangekyou flaring. Luckily Sasuke was there as well, as he was holding on to the two-tail Jinchuriki so she would not get away. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought you guys can switch across the place of yourself, and what do you say we leap right into this new episode guys. Begin now guys. Jiraiya and Karin were making their way until they were swept away by a massive wind vacuum. Jiraiya here ripped around as he grabbed onto Karin as he placed her on his back. However, the wind force is so great that the buildings are dismantling and being pulled towards the source. The elephant summon eat everything as it was sucking everything in and shooting the dust out through his trunk. Jiraiya realized if the thing moved, it would eat the Konoha shinobis that are trying to escort him to Naruto. He needed to immobilize the creature to protect them. Earth style Nominuma, as a swamp quickly submerged the legs of the Baku. Ji-san said Karin, there is someone, as Danzo went through hand sign, wind style. A colossal force slammed into them. As Jiraiya was blown, Karin on his back, as they were sent right towards the Baku's mouth. Enma! The voice of Hiruzen shouted out, as he threw the staff into Baku's teeth. The staff transformed into a cage, trapping Jiraiya and Karin inside. However, the Baku could not swallow it, as Jiraiya seized the opportunity as he breathed hot flames down the Baku's throats, forcing the creature to dispel. As the staff returned back to normal as Sarutobi caught it, as Danzo stood there, showing off the Sharingan in his right eye, and his arm covered with it. Kill the girl, he ordered. Jiraiya threw Karin up in the air as a Rasengan formed in his hand, as he was about to hit her with it. However, Enma slammed into him, throwing him into a couple buildings, stopping him from doing anything. As Hiruzen snapped his gaze towards Danzo, you ingrate, as he used the staff to catch Karin as he placed her down gently. Jiraiya pulled himself out of the debris, as Karin looked at him fearfully, thinking that he would attack her again. Don't worry, as soon as I was out of his line of sight, I snapped out of it. As he was under the control of Danzo's Sharingan, and he didn't use it on the both of us at once, and he's not using it now. There's a cooldown period that he cannot use it on people. Get Naruto, Jiraiya ordered Karin. She nodded, she rushed as fast as she could. As expected of you, Hiruzen, Danzo said. After only seeing it once, you deduce the weakness of the Kodomasukami. But you will learn that reality can change to suit me. And by the end of this day, my reality will be me sitting in the Hokage's seat, Danzo said. Hiruzen scoffed over my dead body. Meanwhile, Naruto deactivated Sharingan to conserve his chakra. The barrier that he put up had taken a considerable amount of his chakra, not to mention the Mangekyou Sharingan using the Amaterasu flames did not help either. As powerful as the barrier was, it was not invincible. It was a fire base after all, to burn away at any attacks. Lightning release! Darui blue laser hit the barrier as it made it crack. Karin is so far away they will break through and kill the girl before I can do anything. Those lasers will penetrate any object that is placed before them. And I cannot let the girl die before sealing Nibi. That is not an option. Options are becoming more and more limited the longer he has to wait. Trying to control the Nibi after releasing it, that would lead a big chance at the Kumo squad trying to take control of it as well. Sharingan induced control did not grant immunity to sealing. Hoshirama proved that much. Even if he controlled the beast, he could still seal it away. He doesn't have enough chakra to counterbalance the Bijuu chakra. He would die if he sealed it inside of himself. The barrier is gonna break soon. Crack! We're almost there, said Darui, as he put in more effort, shooting the thing up. Sasuke, come here, said Naruto. Sasuke came over. This is bad, he said. Look at me, said Naruto. Sasuke looked him in the eyes. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to protect Konoha? Meanwhile, out of my way! Karin fighting ability is limited, however she kicked away an assailant, twice her size. Hyuga Neji and his father by her side in an instant. Quick young Uzumaki, here's what she said. As he pushed the air and blasted away Kumo and sound shinobis alike. Right, said Karin as she moved. What is that? Said Neji as he pointed towards the massive chakra. Karin's eyes widened. Over to the side, Hiruzen and Jiraiya managed to exhaust Danzo reality bending ability. However, they were also exhausted as well, having to constantly push Danzo out of the way and counter one another. It has exemplified their student-teacher bond, teamwork. I am putting an end to this once and for all. As Hiruzen sneering disgust at the massive Mokiton tree that was once Danzo's arm. As am I, said Danzo as he pulled a kunai out and calls up. Razor sharp wing. The Bijuu chakra was intensifying. They charged one another and they were disarmed of their weapons. As Hiruzen stabbed Danzo in the heart, with Danzo discarded kunai that he kicked up with the chakra on his feet. Danzo staggered back. However, he activated the seal on his chest. Got your phone, said Jiraiya as he countered the ceiling with his own. However, Danzo pulled the kunai out as he slashed the tired Hiruzen deeply. The kunai tear right through his side rather deeply. The blood flew out like a river. Sensei! Jiraiya rushed over. As Hiruzen coughed up blood. My boy, he said. Protect, I will, said Jiraiya, as he held on to the man. He smiled. The blood loss and the injuries being too much as he died. As Danzo was dead right beside him. Meanwhile, Uchiha was strung up by chains behind Naruto. In one great pull, the Nibi was yanked, and it howled. Sasuke stood at the ready, but his eyes are wide in fear at the monster. The chains wrapped around the Nibi, halting it for a second, as Naruto sped through hand signs. Kill them, the Kumo ninja said as the barrier shattered. Do it now, Naruto, Sasuke yelled, as Naruto slammed his hand right on Sasuke. The Bijuu chakra from the chains, as they start to glow, exploded outward, stopping the Kumo shinobis. Seal, they heard Naruto yell. The Nibi shrink and shrink as the chakra flew into Sasuke. As Naruto collapsed on one knee, Sasuke stood there, his red Sharingan was activated, but his pupil was a similar color, the two shades of the Nibi. The curse mark tried to spread, however blue flames erupted on his neck and burned it away. As the curse mark faded away, Sasuke sped through Hansan, fire style. An enormous blue fire swallowed everything, blowing away the Kumo ninjas. The one with the lightning, Keiki Genkai, had fled. Naruto, as Karin finally arrived, Jiraiya not too far after, along with two Hyugas. You're too late, said Naruto. I had to act. You didn't, said Jiraiya, realizing what happened as he glanced towards Sasuke. As Naruto nodded, Sasuke was nearby. He could die, Naruto. No, he's strong enough, said Naruto. They watched as Sasuke use the Bijuu chakra to great effect. The seal is only partially open enough to put him into an initial Jinchuriki form, but not enough to be possessed by the Nibi. I need to find a medic right now to restore my chakra, so I can repair the seal remotely if things get out of hand. What happens now? Karin asked, as she held on to him. With you, nothing. Konoha has it Jinchuriki. What we need to focus on is repelling this invasion. Karin rolled up her sleeve as she offered her arm to him, but Naruto gave her a look that made her feel guilty for at least trying. I sent my medical team to the evacuation exit. We will head there. Convert some of your chakra to me. Medics can do it more efficiently. Then throw a bite. The group watched as Sasuke used Chidori Nagashi in every direction. The Nibi was really increasing his power, and besides, you don't have enough chakra to fully restore me. To stop that, said Naruto. But let him have his fun for now. I'm gonna check on Tsunade. Naruto noticed the man seemed a bit off. Something must have happened. As the group moved towards the medics, they arrived towards the area that leads to the mountain. However, a large number of Konoha shinobis were there, dead, and civilians. What happened here, said Neji. As he seemed really pissed off at the dead innocent people, they saw a squad of envoys. Their masks had no insignia or symbol on it, all in black gear with short tontos. There was also an uninjured Kabuto. I'll kill you, said Naruto. As Kabuto smiled, even your legendary senses can be fooled. And now you're quite vulnerable. Hisashi stepped forward. It's unfortunate that he's under my protection then. The worst nightmare of any medical ninjutsu user is to have someone taking their chakra away from them. Well, you will find that I'm not so easily defeated, Orochimaru-sama taught me personally. Then it would be more valuable when I claim victory. As Naruto wanted to jump in, he could still fight taijutsu. However, he had to defend Karin. I really think that you should bite me now, said Karin. A conflicted scowl passed Naruto's face. He knew, despite these two Hyugas, they would be overwhelmed by the numbers. Naruto, said Karin, this is the first time I ever done this by choice. For your sake and mine, please. Save us, she said. Anger started to rage inside of Naruto, these invaders, forcing him to do something that he never wanted to do. I will find a way to get rid of these damn scars, said Naruto. I know, she said as she gave him her arm. Don't let him heal, Kabuto yelled to the envoys. As Naruto bit down, she reeled back in pain, however she forced as much chakra she could give him. Karin's chakra was drained, as Naruto caught her in his arms. However, it only filled a quarter of Naruto's chakra. His Susanoo flared to life. His Mangekyou was spinning dangerously. His Susanoo started to grow, and grow and grow and grow until legs emerged, as the thing rose upwards. Inside the barrier, the Raikage was powerful, however he could not heal like Tsunade does. However, when she unleashed that seal on her forehead, it became even worse. It doesn't matter how much time Orochimaru sliced her with that blade of his that he can control with his mind. She came back full force each time. Raza is playing in support instead of engaging. He let her take them on as he intervened when it mattered the most. This invasion was supposed to be easy, but the fact that Tsunade is taking on two Kage level shinobi on her own is pissing A off. As the Sannin Orochimaru took a small grind trying to take down Konoha, however, he failed. He needs to get the hell out of here before Tsunade kills him. At least then he can fight another day. Kumo cannot lose another Raikage to this accursed village. Jiraiya is circling the barrier, however he's hiding, conserving his strength, just waiting for the moment that barrier drop to unleash hell. Once I get out, I can take some trophies on my way back. At least she won't be able to stop me while I'm out. Collecting some Hyuga on his way out. They could be broken to serve Kumo. He could order his retreat while the other villages occupying them. Hopefully Uchiha was left one of them alive. He can also take one of the Uchihas as well. Orochimaru was not smiling, that was rare. Seems like I've overestimated our chance of success. Since his Edo Tensei failed, he was pissed off more than usual. No matter, I will still achieve what I want. I have eternity to achieve it after all. Running when the going get tough. I should have expected that from your kind of filth, said Tsunade. Orochimaru slammed his hands together as the four shinobis maintaining the barrier start to undergo a transformation. Tsunade moved as she slammed her fist into his chest. The sheer force ripped his upper body off his legs. However, there wasn't any blood, as Snake shot out of both ends and stuck himself back together. Disgusting creature, said Raja. On the outside, Darui stopped his lightning jutsu when the sound spy arrived on the scene. Yakushi, why are you here? As Kabuto pointed, Darui turned. His eyes went wide as Naruto Susanoo was marching, stepping over the buildings. You let it here? Darui said. This whole invasion is a bust. It's time for our ship to set sail. The Susanoo arrived and is standing in the middle of the stadium. Kabuto! As Naruto's voice roared, the massive beast roaring to the heavens. As Naruto brought his blade down, striking the barrier. The Susanoo blade melted though from the extreme heat of the barrier. However, Naruto formed another one. Orochimaru realized if he did that again, it would shatter. Bring the barrier down, he yelled. He rushed through Hansan, rushed Omen. 3 gates summoned between him and Tsunade, giving him the chance to flee. Naruto sliced through the Rashomon instantly, as Orochimaru and his posse had fled through a large hole created by a snake. The Raikage and Darui rushed as well. Tsunade howled in rage. Damn it! Naruto, kill every Kumo shinobi you see, she said. Karin was inside of his Susanoo. As Naruto's rage started to expand even more, Tsunade summoned Katsuya and spread her over the village. To the common shinobi, the repel was a Huge success, however. Naruto and Tsunade disagree. Too much was lost and not enough was gained. There shall be retribution. Time skip. Are you ready, Karen? Naruto's voice said. Yep, she said, straightening her hair. As she walked in with her glasses, Naruto had spoken to her to go visit a doctor that he trusts about her eyesight if she could not see without her spectacles. His grandfather had made sure that Naruto was not limited in any area, and Naruto doubted that Uzumaki as her, with such powerful chakra, would have to worry about eyesight. Without those spectacles, she should be fine. However, she wasn't able to see. Ever since the invasion of the Chunin exams, Naruto has been getting sent out on missions constantly. As Team 7 hadn't had much time to come together, they have not been dissolved, however their skills was needed elsewhere. Naruto and Sasuke were especially busy. 2 Jonins and 2 Chunins on a squad was rather unnecessary after all. Plus, Naruto has been spending a lot of time studying medical ninjutsu. With the free time that he had, there was always a clone at home going over scrolls, as he was going to teach Karen as well. He had already taught her the Shadow Clone. Are you ready or not, woman? He said. She rolled her eyes with a huff as she smiled. I'm coming, hold your horses. As she gave herself a glance over in the mirror, as she straightened out her yellow blouse, with Uzumaki swirl in the back, as she placed her sandals on, as Naruto had on a green officer flap jacket, with the tail of the Uchiha coat underneath, his hair spiking out and wild. However, it suited him quite well, and his always activated Sharingan being shown as well. It made other people nervous as hell. However, Karen had yet to find something scary about those eyes that has been protecting her for the last 6 months. Tsunade-sama wanted her Jonin to set good example for one another. However, Naruto was waiting to grow stronger to prove that he wasn't just any Jonin, because he wanted more leeway and more freedom, so that he can wear whatever the hell he wants. As Karen found Naruto sitting waiting for her, I'm still surprised that you were able to book a doctor. Aren't they like super busy right now? It's a miracle that she got a day off given her new status as a Hokage office assistant. One of them at least. I used to be a pretty regular patient with the doctor I book. Plus, I gave him a tip to bet on me in the Chunin exam finals. He was willing to slip you in to return the favor. She smirked at that. He was always thinking ahead. It has been 6 months since the damage on the village, and there was still a high demand for the doctors for several surgeries, and it wasn't easy to get help for minor things. Let's go, new glasses await. You don't even know where we're going yet. Hurry up, she said. Bossy woman, said Naruto. Meanwhile, Kakashi stood in front of the Hokage and her advisors, as well as Sasuke. Jiraiya was there as well. The topic of their discussion being one Uchiha Naruto, the leader of the Uchiha clan, as it was an unspoken announcement that the grandson of Madara Uchiha is an essential crown prince of the village. But the Hokage must look at him objectively, and seeing that Naruto has been rather selfish, save for the few people close to him, he had been rather disconnected with the others, and therefore he possessed a flight risk if he's not relaying to their side. Naruto want more than Konoha can provide. Her advisors believe, and that he would follow his grandfather's footstep and abandon this village, robbing Konoha of the most potent bloodline seen in centuries. Jiraiya greatly disagrees. Naruto has already willfully surrendered the key of Sasuke's seal, without requesting of him, if I might add. He did so to absolve himself of any responsibility of Sasuke should he lose control of Inibe, said Koharu. Homura pushed up his glass as he continued on, and as I recall, he refused to sign the toad contract, despite the advances that it would provide. The only reason he gave was, they don't suit me. We find it hard that a boy who is single-mindedly obsessed with power would refuse the opportunity to gain more power. To that end, we believe that he didn't want to sign it because he knew that Konoha might use it against him to reverse summon him. Jiraiya was having none of it though, as Sasuke was surprised that the normally goofy old man was being so stern. Something you should know, a summoning contract doesn't just allow the ability to call forth summons. It's a contract that links the person who signed the contract to the realm where the animals come from. That kind of bond creates changes in the person's chakra who signed the contract to accumulate for the summons they use. With how powerful Naruto is and his aptitude for the Sharingan, it may weaken him instead of helping him. It's a Kekkei Genkai for a reason. You both clearly need to think long term. If he's gonna sign a contract, it has to be a summon that he can synchronize with, as a long lasting effect on him will take hold. Sasuke was surprised that a summoning contract would have that effect on a summoner. As Sasuke heard a voice in his mind, this contract that Jiraiya Danzo speaks of would make it far easier to learn Senjutsu for those who are capable of it. The faded look in his eyes when Nibi spoke to him made the others look towards him. Sasuke, are you well? Tsunade asks. The Nibi spoke to me. It does that sometimes. Everyone in the room straightened up. It is communicating with you, said Homura. Yes, it's mostly idle comments from time to time. It said something about the contract making it easier to learn Senjutsu. All eyes turned towards Jiraiya. I can't tell you anything about the methods of learning Senjutsu. If word got around on how to do it, you'd have a bunch of dead shinobis who are incapable of handling that kind of power. Just learning it posed a significant risk. But the Nibi is correct. The contract transformed the user's body into something more capable of handling the natural energy, but only if they already have the natural capability of doing so. It took me 10 years to start learning and I still can't do it perfectly. Minato is probably the only sage, the perfect sage in the past 100 years. That alone should tell you how dangerous it is, and how a contract changed your chakra. Regardless, Koharu said. Sasuke spoke up, interrupting. Naruto hasn't actually done anything wrong, has he? Yes, he's at odds with Naruto with most things, however. Maybe Jiraiya-sama is right, and these old coots just need to look at it more objectively. With the half-truth stripped away, Naruto has proven himself to be a pretty reliable person, not just a man and a friend, but as a shinobi to Konoha, as he was striving as a Jonin of Konoha. Why would they even promote him to Jonin if he's a flat risk? If they could give rank of Genin to the 3 sound Genins that Jiraiya had recruited, then they could leave Naruto alone, who has been a citizen of his village for his entire life, unless there was more than just trust. As Sasuke believed that there was some deeper investigation there that he did not know about, as he would have to do his own investigation. Naruto is indeed a capable shinobi and leader, said Tsunade. But there's one problem: he has openly admitted to be raised by Uchiha Madara, who is most famously known for trying to destroy Konoha. He has also yet to show any tendencies that show forth any wanting of a destruction of the village, said Jiraiya. He get along well with the majority of the shinobis and civilian populace. He may be selfish, but just look at the other shinobis in this village. Everyone is out to gain something for themselves. That is just the nature of people who are ambitious. What is the problem with him gaining power and the acknowledgement of his fellow citizens? I recall all 3 of us was the same once. Sarutobi Sensei was able to motivate us. The problem is if he continues to do so under a ruse, to rise through Konoha ranks, with no opposition, it means he could destroy Konoha hierarchy from the inside out. Tsunade communicated Homura and Koharu argument to him, and I know that you don't believe that for a second. Sasuke really think that something is going on that him and Kakashi aren't aware of. I can't believe this, Jiraiya said. You guys are still following Sarutobi and Danzo's fear. He turned and walked out. Jiraiya, said Tsunade. No, Sarutobi was wrong in his unjust hatred and fear of a few unfortunate people. You two better hope that you're dead before I find out that you did something to make Naruto betray this village. A self-fulfilling prophecy is a one-way ticket to undoing everything you thought you ever did right in this village. Homura and Koharu did not look towards Jiraiya, as he couldn't meet his gaze. Hiruzen took a deep sigh. This is what I get for listening to the 2 of you, she said. Definitely something to look into, Sasuke thought. The Hokage did not take either side. She was mediating between the 2. She isn't against Naruto, she just required to look into everything to make sure. What they're saying is not true. No matter how absurd it sounds, for the sake of Konoha she had to look into everything. I had hoped that Jiraiya would list the reason, Homura said. That brings us to the reason why you 2 are here. We want the pair of you to observe Naruto to make sure that he won't be a risk to the future of Konoha. Assess is complying with orders, his relationship with the general populace. Kakashi spoke up. Naruto is a Jonin, as promoted and approved by the Hokage, and by a number of other experienced Jonins. The only orders you need to listen to are orders directly from Tsunade-sama, unless specified otherwise. And you should know well that the only people that Naruto really interact with is Uzumaki Karen, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, my own family, and Jiraiya. And that in itself is a problem. It is said that Uchiha Madara is capable of controlling Bichus with his potent Sharingan, and Naruto has that blood running through his veins. How can we be sure that he will not overpower Sasuke with his own abilities and control the Nibi from within? One of the people that he interact with happened to be the container of Konoha only Bichu. Because we're friends, Sasuke said in a rhetorical way. Yes, we fight and argue, but we're friends, and you seem to have let that slip by your notice, Sasuke said. Sasuke, Kakashi said, wanting him to go quiet as Homura continued. As a Jinjulke, you have been placed in a responsible position. No other Uchiha has been ever placed in before. For the sake of all Konoha, especially the little family you have been getting close with, you will be required to rein in your family member and make sure that he's loyal to the village. Sasuke gazed narrow as they mentioned the couple at the bakery. Do you understand, Sasuke-kun? Koharu said, going for the kind lady facade. As Sasuke looked towards the woman, what would Naruto do in this situation? I understand, he said. Honorable elder, I respectfully say, go and screw yourself. 3 pairs of jaw dropped in the room as Nade covered her mouth, hiding her grin. Meanwhile, Sakura, your friends are here to see you. Sakura straightened her forehead protector and her Chunin flap jacket. She used a clip to push her hair back. Her hair had grown down to her mid-thigh. She seriously did not understand how Naruto could have so much hair and keep it so tame always. Sometimes it was a real hassle. As she made her way downstairs, however, she was caught off guard, as she thought that it was Naruto and Sasuke or Naruto and Karen. However, it was these guys. Ino, Shikamaru, Choji. What the hell are they doing here? She hadn't spoken to any of them in months, since they watched her demolish Ino at the exam. Sakura, Ino said, a bit bouncy. Let's go and hang out. She looked over them. No, she said. Huh? Look, I don't know what you guys are up to, but I'm busy. We barely even talk to each other anymore. So, no. Sakura, that is no way to talk to your friends, Mubuki scolded her. However, Sakura paid her no mind. Come on, Sakura, said Choji, as his mouth was full of chips as he spoke, as she gave him a rather disgusted look at all this battle. We haven't hung out since the academy. Wouldn't it be cool to hang out again? Yeah, it's been like a year since we hung out, said Shikamaru, but she noticed there was a sharpness to his eyes, and she wondered what did they want, and why did he come to me first? Why not ask Sasuke or Naruto? She knew that Sasuke and Naruto rather tear their own arms off than hanging out with these guys. As if they had went to Naruto, he would have probably laughed in their face or made them cry. Sasuke-kun has an important meeting with Hokage-sama, Ino said, blushing at his name, and Naruto-sama is always busy. Sakura noticed a general hesitance that Ino take to add the suffix. The general populace spoke when Naruto's name came up. She also knew that normal people, especially lower-ranked genins, did not know that Tsunade has a meeting today with Sasuke. She only knew that she was busy, and her current order was reported to hospital and received normal tutelage from some of the medics. So how could Ino know that? And Sasuke would not tell these people. What about the others? Kiba, Shino, and Hinata. Kurenai Sensei is taking them out on missions a whole lot. Shikamaru deflect. I'm out on missions all the time too. I am apprentice to the Hokage. I don't have time to hang out when Konoha needs me more than ever, she said. I'm a Chunin and a medical shinobi. Come now, Sakura, Mobuki said, trying to calm everything. Yeah, Ino said. I'm not going to disrespect the time that Tsunade-sama has put aside to teach me, Sakura said. And frankly, I already have friends that I don't get to talk to often enough. You've changed, Sakura, Ino said, as she scowled. Ever since you got put in a team with that damn Naruto, you've become a complete bitch. Ino, said Mbuki. Sakura loved and appreciated her mother. She probably let them in so that they could rope her in to loosen up a bit, seeing that she's been working hard lately, as Mubuki had told her that she'd run herself dry if she kept up with these missions. But her mother would not stand them disrespecting her daughter. I think you three have outstayed your welcome, she said. Come on, Ino. This is a bus, Shikamaru said, as the three left without even an apology. Bye, Mom, said Sakura. She turned towards her. I'm sorry, honey. I really thought that... Don't worry about it, said Sakura. I wouldn't be doing all this stuff if I didn't really want it. And besides, Naruto and Sasuke are the best friends I could ask for. They can even make time for me. Mibuki shook her head fondly. Those two boys have been a good influence on you. You should invite them over for dinner sometime. Kakashi-sensei as well. I'll try. Sakura promised. Her eyes narrowed towards the Inoshika-cho that are still wandering across from her house. Next time I hope you three don't bother me with whatever scheme you're trying today. As Ino became aggressive, as Choji and Shikamaru stand behind her. However, Sakura did not fear them. She could defeat them all on her own after all. You're missing out on a pretty important opportunity, Sakura, Shikamaru said. Look, we're the ears of some of the most important clans within Konoha. Why wouldn't you want to be friends with us? Our clans have connection that could help you get higher in the Konoha food chain. I'm apprentice under the goddamn Hokage, Sakura yelled at them. I could literally not get any better tutelage. What the hell is wrong with you morons? At the exact moment, Naruto and Karen came walking down the street. Yo, Sakura, Karen said joyfully. Healing wench, said Naruto. Oh hey Karen, perverted hedgehog, she said, looking towards Naruto. As it were their nickname for one another. Him calling her healing wench. She called him perverted hedgehog. Well, it's here, make him look like a hedgehog. It was a lot wilder and spikier than hers. As Naruto's gaze turned towards the Inoshikacho, immediately they left. As Naruto looked scary as hell, and is not someone that they want to stand up against. What's the story there? He asked. Sakura gave him her own rundown. The Inoshikacho. I'll keep eye on them moving forward by what you said. They were unusually over-amped about getting your attention. They're definitely out to get something maybe. Not of their own accord. She's glad that he came to the same conclusion that she did. Anyway, she said, changing the conversation, as she knew that he would run them down and get answers if she did not do something. And that would probably start some mess that they didn't want at the moment. How are you going to medical ninjutsu? Not well. My chakra can heal myself with jutsus, however. It is too corrosive to heal other people, said Naruto. I need to find a way to make my chakra have more healable properties without weakening myself. That's probably possible, Sakura said, as they walked. Naruto's chakra was vile and powerful. It wasn't going to be easy though to adapt his nature to one of a healing one. But it can be done. I think that it is too. I discovered that healing chakra is not bound to elemental transformation. I thought that mastering water would give me some chance of moving closer, however. It seemed to be some different kind of stronghold that I have not been able to grasp yet. I will keep trying anyway. The last time I tried to heal fishes, one exploded and the other kind of disintegrated. Wow, Sakura said. Don't ever try to heal me, she said. That would be for the best. And he didn't even clean up the spot before he left to find another one, Karen said. I thought someone freaking died in our living room. The pursuit of power is often messy, said Naruto. Sakura rolled her eyes anyway. I'm off to the hospital for my lesson, she said. We're heading here too for Karen's eye tests. As Karen did not look eager. Meanwhile, she saw through it right away. Shikamaru relayed to his father. I expected as much, but the seeds has been planted. Sakura will relay to Naruto and Sasuke, who will look into it. You planned for us to fail, Shikamaru said. His father had seemed so serious about making Sakura back into their friend. I did not tell you my plan so that you may seem more genuine, Shikaku said. So what is your plan? Shikaku thought about how to answer. Shikamaru was still a child, and children does not keep an aptitude for secrets. However, Naruto Uchiha is not a child. I was merely giving a subtle push towards Naruto and Sasuke to take some consideration how the factions of the other clans and political influence look towards Konoha. So you're giving out favors now, Shikamaru asks, with laziness in his tone. No, it's for the purpose of making sure that Konoha is not shaken from the inside out. The Uchihas weren't liked by certain clans, and the higher-ups seem to have some grudge against them. Genuinely, some behavior are overlooked by Konoha. If the shinobi or clan member doing the crime is valuable enough to the network, but the Uchihas were very good at their jobs, while in total control of law enforcement, it didn't matter how high up the criminal was, as long as they were a criminal. Civilians looked on them kinder than most, but even Shikaku was tired of bailing out his clan mates after the Uchiha police force had caught them doing something disruptive or just idiotic. But the Sarutobi clan under Hiruzen rule was prime picking for them. The third was always willing to look the other way, but the tension growing between the Uchiha clan and the third clan, well, it was palpable. Police that were sent up to clean their messes would find themselves a victim of assault, and when one of the Uchihas were harmed, the wrath of the clan came down upon them to disintegrate whoever attacked their family. The Sarutobi members would often find themselves in a jail cell before Hiruzen come the next morning to waive their charges. That, and after the Kyuubi attack, the Uchihas were removed out of the state. towards the edge of the village. Harrison's greatest supporters were always the elders that he fought with in the war. Their input had been valuable. However, they are still human and they suffer from prejudice. So even if all did not do it, they subjugate the entire clan. Shikamaru was a smart man, and he already knew that there were some missing pieces of the Uchiha incident that no one knew about. That was one of the main reasons why he was hesitant on having a Sarutobi clan member train the next generation of Inashikacho. Asuma was quite the menace when he was younger, however, Shikamaru would give him the benefit of the doubt to train his child. However, he come to find out that he was not, and he still isn't much of a sensei. Kurenai sensei learned her lesson when she saw how badly her team performed. However, Asuma did not. And here Asuma was in charge of an important generation of clan children, if too weak for the world. That era would be snuffed out, and there would be no other legacy of the Inashikacho to carry on the name in the future if they were not strong enough to face what is to come. And Shikamaru can't be the only one going against this. That is why he needed allies. He needed the clan members to band together to find out what the hell is going on with the higher-ups. Just don't get in the way of the Uchiha clan, Shikamaru said, as he looked towards Shikamaru. If I'm right, they will be hounding our clans for information for the next few months if they get a lead on something that might have affected their agents in Konoha. Shikamaru's eyebrow twitched as he looked toward his father. You're the one that told me to chase down soccer, he said. They will be more motivated if someone they care about is a point of interest. But regardless, it seems I've been neglecting my own training of you in our clan specialties. It's time that we fix that mistake. As Shikamaru collapsed down on the ground, faking sleep. I'm so tired, he said. I'm afraid it's not a request, said Shikamaru. Time skip. Karen hates hospitals. The bad memories came forward as she sat right beside Naruto in the hospital room. Mom? She watches the white sheet be placed over her mother's head. Her mother looked cold, unmoving. Mom, she screamed. Silence, child. You have a duty to the land of grass. You will serve it just as she did. Be proud that she died, saving the life of our shinobis. The grip on her arm is so tight that it hurts. Mom, help me, she screamed out as she was yanked into a room of shinobis. As her arm was pulled out with a man with bandages on top of his head. The first bite is unreal as her chakra was forcefully yanked out of her being. Karen screamed as she jumped to her feet back in reality, kicking and wailing her arms. Nurse, said Naruto, please tell Dr. Iyashi that we will be on the roof getting some fresh air. Oh, of course, she said. We will send someone to fetch you when the results come back. Thank you. As Naruto walked over to Karen. As she tried to run, we need to go. We're going, said Naruto. As she moved off rather quickly, rushing towards the door, as they were going up towards the roof. Is she having a panic attack, Naruto wondered, as she was moving like every breath was her last. Once she got outside, she dropped her knees, as she started dry retch. As Naruto had no idea what to do, he actually came up to the roof personally. About a half an hour as he saw confused Naruto trying to speak to Karen. I'm fine, Naruto, she said. Really? That did not look fine to me, he said. He actually thinks that Naruto is too blunt for his own good. As Karen's expression twists into one of frustration and annoyance before, she simply deflates. As it's unusual for Naruto to be this concerned over someone, well, when it's someone that he cares about, he's a different person. Not to mention, Naruto had a mental fortitude that most people did not possess. He had the ability to block out certain things, and ignore certain things that might seem crazy to other people. And he always solved his problems in a rather cynical way. So having someone around him that did not have that same fortitude, it must be hard to know what to do. He gave a polite cough to grab their attention. Uchiha-sama, Uzumaki-san. They glanced up, surprised to see him up here. However, the man felt that Karen may be more receptive to the news if she was not stuck in the hospital, as he sat down on one of the chairs that long-term patients use. It is as you expected, Uchiha-sama. It's just Naruto, said Naruto as he looked towards the man. The man nodded. Karen's eyesight has indeed been impaired. Without a degenerated condition, he said, as he held up a scan. You can see here that your pupil is hidden under some balloon-like growths coming from under her irides. To be quite frank, it's a miracle that she can see it all. She's gonna need a new prescription. But my main concern is what could have caused this in the first place. Uzumaki-san, do you have any recollection of injuries in the past? Karen shift uncomfortably, however. She provided a small store to go with it. My family lived in a little settlement in Land of Grass. But when the Grass was recruiting shinobis, they found out that me and my mother were Uzumakis, and they took us to their village. My father did not like them very much. He kept on shouting that they have no right to take people against their will. He kept on shouting, and Karen looked like she was about to burst into tears. However, she held on a bit longer. He was just a civilian. I was really young, but I remember the other rogue shinobi could spit poison and trap people in giant bubbles. My dad tried to shield me, however that guy, he breathed out and killed him with pink smoke. I was really hurt too, but mama, she made me bite her. That is how the Grass found out. Peep can heal by biting us. The man kept his composure during the story. He heard many tragic tales before, but the depravity of other nations truly disgusted him. He watched as Naruto's eyes change into a strange pattern. The veins on the back of his eyes also bulged as well, as he saw Naruto's fist clench like he wanted to smash something. I see. You may be able to receive help from a skilled enough medic to reduce that damage. However, a conventional eye surgery by a medic won't be able to heal a shinobi poisoning. But that's enough for today. I will apply everything that you need and send them to your home, he said. Thank you, Ieyashi-sensei, said Naruto, as he placed a hand on Karen's shoulder. They both vanished in smoke. Poor girl, Ieyashi thought. I'm sorry, said Naruto as he placed Karen down in her bed. As she gave him a weak smile. I got that after the first 3 times, she said, as Naruto breathed a frustrated sigh, mostly towards himself. I really thought I was helping. You're helping, she said. I didn't thought I would have a panic attack in the hospital. As Naruto realized maybe he's been a bit too pushy to get what he wants. He wants her to be in good health, but sometimes things just take time to move off from. Patience is something that he never really contended with. He had hid his power for so long, for such a distinct and explosive purpose, but he still had other people to deal with, so he never really had the patience to. He was caught off guard as Karen grabbed onto his nose. Anyone home, she asked, with tired eyes, as it seems like he was lost in his own personal world. Just thinking about how little I understand people, said Naruto. She pulled him by his nose right into her bed, and suddenly were facing each other by their sides. Right now, Naruto, she said. I don't need new glasses or fancy jutsu or these scars to go away. Then what do you need, Naruto asked, as he wanted to know how to help her. All I need right now is you. She smiled, a rather beautiful smile. You saved me from that torture, you're my hero, and that's already enough. Just Naruto, not Uchiha or Uzumaki. Naruto is what I need. There was a moment of silence as Naruto digests. Someone saying that they want him for more than his power. You kind of need glasses as well, he said, in a rather awkward way. However, it worked and it made her smile. Maybe, she said, as Naruto believed that remembering the good part of her lives may be therapeutic. What was your mother like? She spent the next few hours telling him, and what a wonderful person that she was. He listened through everything that she had to say, as she fell asleep as he took her in. Time skip. My father was a sage. Didn't you know? Jiraiya said that the fort was the only sage since the first Hokage. Sasuke had come knocking, telling him what happened in the meeting with the higher-ups, as Naruto did not seem like he cared, or that he did not know that he was being targeted by the elders, and that they were making sure that he was under their control. However, he is more interested in that information about Minato no Mikaze being able to manipulate senjutsu. If that was the case, how did Obito was able to give him a little hassle if he was able to use senjutsu? Well, I suppose if he wasn't actually a true master of it, it wouldn't be known to the public. Maybe there's some kind of condition that need to be fulfilled to use his chakra, and Minato could not do it while busy with the Kyuubi, his space-time ninjutsu and the baby Madara. Obito was still defeated, the Kyuubi was almost sealed away. His father did all of this, considering that Obito wiped out a group of Kira shinobis by himself, a platoon, and his father made Obito run away. That showed the power that his father had, even without Sage Mode. Vinibi said taking on a summoning contract would make senjutsu easier, but Jiraiya said that you refuse. On the ground it would make your chakra warp. I did. I'm not comfortable doing anything that might change my chakra, when I myself do not know the full potential. I suppose I'll have to do some more research to see if I can learn Senjutsu without summoning creatures. But this asking me to spy on you. Aren't you worried that you're at risk right now? Sasuke asks. Who knows who else they're asking? Sakura was approached earlier today by the current Inoshikacho. But I suppose if their parents want her to spy on me, they would have been more subtle about it. I think that they're not happy about being approached and their kids doing dirty work. That is to say, if they were approached by the same people that you spoke with today. Karen, I'm going out for a bit. I'll bring dinner back. Get me the usual. As Sasuke tilted his head as he turned to the corner and see Karen, as she was doing pull-ups on the racket. She was wearing a tank top so he could see her stomach, and the sweat glistened down. As he felt a shiver run down his spine though, as he slowly turned his gaze towards Naruto, who always had his Sharingan activated. I'll forgive you this one for your stray eyes, but she's mine. Sasuke nodded without hesitation. It is best not to anger the most possessive person within the village. Good. Let us go to a little hidey hole for us Uchihas to speak safely. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below. Turn on that bell notification as they posted. Remember to share all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, stay in tune for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we get the hell out of here? See you guys soon. Peace guys.